This is Radio Lab. WEX. C? C.
What?
That's my impression of the Radio Lab intro. Hello. We're back for another quick chat as we are wont to do. And today as we were walking in boom. Today as we were
It's like
walking
the Vine boom sound effect. Kate, say something controversial.
No. You almost got me.
Lily, say something controversial.
I like raisins.
I don't like raisins.
That was a joke. I don't like raisins. Anyways, speaking of controversial things, as we were walking into Union today to record in the studio, we found these little cards, and I will describe them to you. Actually, I'll have Josh and Lily. That's right. I'm hosting. Josh, why don't you describe the stickers?
So they're stickers, and they're all brandished with the Turning Point USA logo hidden. And this particular sticker has a quote, not a quote, but a phrase, a catchline, if you will. It says, "Anywhere not woke."
I believe it says aware.
Awake, not woke.
That's
So we
awake.
were both wrong.
Wong.
It was both wrong, actually. It's in a weird font.
It is in a weird font.
Grow gardens, not gov.
So
24
true.
USA.
This one says censorship sucks.
Red leather, yellow.
And this
red
one
leather,
says,
yellow.
while it's not illegal, think for yourself.
Each sticker is accompanied by a piece of paper with yellow stars and an American flag and a QR code. And it says, scan QR code if you love America.
It also says a chance to win a $50
$50 Amazon gift card.
just so exciting. And it looks like I went to the Turning Point website.
I've also pulled up the Turning Point website.
And it looks like they have chapters at every university. They have a thing called America Fest.
Oh, they have the guy who has the really small face. I don't know. No one.
No clue how that is.
He's like a Republican pundit, and
Yeah.
it's really funny because you see pictures of him. And you're like, it's like he has a regular sized head, but like his face is just really small on front of his head.
Yeah, their website has headlines like, Candace Owens calls on mothers to raise hell.
Wow.
Or learn from other people's mistakes. Hashtag socialism sucks.
These are just some very intense.
They are, and they're very
Headlines.
inciting.
Headquartered at 4940 East Boulevard, Beverly Road, Phoenix, Arizona, 85044.
And I'm willing to bet that if I scan the QR code, it's going to bring me just right to the website that we were just on. Scanning.
Oh, Charlie Kirk, that's his name.
Oh, a survey.
On why you love America?
First name, last name, school, graduation year, email, phone number. How do you identify politically? And the options are conservative, libertarian, liberal, socialist.
That's them 4 options, I'll tell you
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. What about fascist? Can I put that on there?
What about like kind of leaning to the right, but also kind of the left a little bit? You know, it's a horseshoe.
That's so true.
Horseshoe theory.
And then, are you interested in being involved in a group of like-minded students? And what political issues are you most passionate about?
I mean, I love that. I can appreciate that there is organizations for students
It's true.
to express their political opinions.
It's true. And one of them downstairs was like pro-voting. I can't argue with that. I like voting as much as the next person. I think
true.
everyone should vote.
Voting is incredibly important.
Yeah.
It's your civic duty.
But these just seem so without context, you know? I just watched a video on this today about how, like, the 24-hour news cycle has made it so headlines have to be, like, punchier and flashier. So you look at them and they lack context. So it's put on you, the viewer, to draw context. And then it's just open to a bunch of biases and beliefs. So I thought that was really interesting to see lying around the school when we walked
That was
in.
interesting. And they put them up, like, recently
A
because I've been in here today.
Yeah. And they were all around the hallway on the 3rd floor, so I assume they're on every floor.
Wow. Somebody spent a lot of their printing money for the semester on these little QR codes, huh? This is color.
This is
On
color.
quality paper.
On quality paper. I wonder
Oh,
how I got
they
these.
they created the school Turning Point USA in 2021 created the school board watch list,
Oh, my.
which was according to their Kirk, who is their founder and leader, that they want to hold district leaders accountable for, quote, dangerous agendas. The website published names and photos of members of school boards that have adopted or supported mask mandates, mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations, and the way history, race, conceptions of gender and sex are taught in schools. Actually, we talked about this in my a class called The Rise and Fall of Dictators in, like, I think it was in 2021. Our sophomore year, second semester, or no, first semester of sophomore year, and the teacher talked about how there's like this watch list that was created created by the right to try to like pinpoint teachers that are like pushing the liberal agenda and to get them fired. Pretty
And
interesting
dox
stuff.
them. Can you imagine if you got doxed, Josh? That'd be crazy.
I live at LaSalle University.
No. It is interesting. And right
1900
now
West
there's a
Miami
lot
Avenue.
of discussion in the world about what is free speech on school campuses. And it's just interesting to see people enacting their free speech. And sometimes it's not in a way you like. But a lot of articles I've read have ended with free speech is very important on college campuses because
It's true.
what better place to engage in discourse and to encounter ideas different than your own?
That is so true.
Yeah,
That's so woke.
that is so woke. That is so socialist snowflake nutrition facts. Triggered 24/7. Reliance on government 100%. That is so me. And then I have 0% of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
That's so valid.
That's so true.
You know what I believe my civic duty is?
What?
To wake up at 7 a.m. every year to watch the groundhog see or not see his shadow.
I want to go to
Amen.
Punxsutawney so bad.
How far away is Punxsutawney?
It is on the western side of Pennsylvania, so excuse me, probably like a 4-hour drive.
Jeez. Why'd they make it so far away?
I want to get a hotel. I bet it's like a gigantic party at like 6:30 in the
It
morning.
is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think people are like drinking then.
Oh my gosh.
Which is
Crazy.
crazy.
Dude, you get like some mulled wine,
Ooh.
some hot apple cider with like spiced
Oh,
rum
it's
in there.
Christmas all over again.
That sounds amazing.
Listen, I got one thing to say, though, because for the first time in 4 years, right, we have early spring. And then this happens, snow outside.
Yeah. Yeah. When have we ever had an actual early spring though? Like I don't remember any years.
What do you mean by that?
I have a question.
Like I don't remember any years
I have a
when.
clarifying question.
Okay.
What is meant by early spring? I'm a Punxsutawney Phil fan. I love that groundhog. I love that hog. But
Love
Like-
yanking that hog. Yep.
all right, no, I didn't say that.
It's either we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Or does spring start the day he doesn't
I
see
guess
his
I don't
shadow?
know.
Well, I don't think it's that spring starts. I think it's that an early spring in general.
It's less than 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is
yeah,
it-
it's like within the next 6 weeks, spring is gonna start. And if not,
Then it'll start in 6
When's
weeks.
the spring
Yeah.
equinox?
the spring
Or
equinox
yeah, equinox, not solstice.
is in March. It's like March 21st.
I forget that we're not even in March
I
yet.
know. We're still in winter.
We're
Like-
still like fully in February.
Yeah.
Like today is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, Valentine's Day episode.
No, let's kiss.
Find a loved one. Hold them close. Tell them about Turning Point USA.
Or don't.
Tell them
That's
about
cool.
Punxsutawney
Tell
Phil.
them you love America. Oh, love America. It's Valentine's Day.
Punxsutawney Phil's my.
But they put them
My
out like
Valentine.
not. Like people aren't going to see them until tomorrow.
That's true. That's true.
We had to do it when no one was looking.
Yeah.
You know,
probably
to
did.
remain anonymous.
Ooh.
What are y'all's thoughts on Valentine's Day?
I like it. I think it's a fun thing to celebrate. It's not my end all be all.
Kid
in,
had a
like-
really hot take earlier.
What was my hot take?
Do you want me to share it?
Oh, it's that.
This is a
This is
scalding hot take.
it's really mean, and I know. And I was whispering it to Josh in an empty room because it was so mean. But single people who will complain about Valentine's Day on social media
Like relentlessly.
are really annoying.
Yeah, that's fair. Because first of all, like, Valentine's Day is not like real.
Yeah, it's not like
It's kind of like made up.
and it's not in my head. It's not like a mandatory holiday like Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Christmas, anniversary.
That's like
birthday.
those are like the real ones.
Those are like mandatory.
Valentine's
must
Day?
celebrate. It's like,
I never liked the criticism of, well, actually, you're supposed to love those around you every day, not just on the 14th.
never heard of that.
I hear people say that all the time, and I think that's dumb because it's like a day where you celebrate your love for someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, people are like, you're supposed to love people every day. And it's like, well,
so true.
Well, but that's just not realistic because not every day I'm going to be like, this person rocks. Sometimes I'm going to be like, they kind of pissed me off today. Today they're only like, all
Yeah.
right?
it's a like day.
And I think that's fair
Yeah.
and justified.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's my hot take. Do with that what you will. But I think it's true, and I like seeing people celebrate their friends and their family and all their loved ones on Valentine's Day.
Agreed.
I think that's a nice thing to see.
I feel like if you're like posting online about being single on Valentine's Day, you're not like putting into perspective that there's other people that love you and it doesn't have to be a significant other to
Right.
enjoy a lovely day.
putting a lot of weight on this, like, person.
Yeah.
Your invisible significant other.
On a made up holiday.
Yeah, but I do like seeing people post their significant others, so I
it's
can.
crazy. It kind
I
of
can
freaks
stalk
me
Oh
out
my
them
gosh. Can we talk
sometimes.
about that? That's my favorite part of any like holiday like
National
this.
Boyfriend Day, National Girlfriend
Yeah,
Day.
and they
Oh
each
my
happen like 3 times a year. So
Yeah.
you get like pop, 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 pop.
And it's like you're like wondering like the people that have been soft launching their significant other.
Yes.
You're wondering
Are
whether
they?
or not
Will
they're
they?
gonna
Won't they?
like tag.
It's like a fun, it's like a
What is
reality
going
show.
on?
And do you I don't keep track. I keep track against my own will, but it's like, oh, this person posts their person all the time, even not on Valentine's Day, and they don't post them on Valentine's Day. It's like,
yeah, I'm like you're taking a stance.
what does that
there.
mean? And wait a minute, have I even seen you post them recently?
I'm like I'm gonna go on your page and see if you
Yeah.
still have those photos up. That photo dump
Yeah.
from last semester. I'm gonna see
I'm-
if your significant other is on it.
I become an investigative journalist.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I do the digging.
I'm like I'm not taking notes, but it's all in my brain.
Oh, yeah.
It's all in there.
There's a mental list of everyone I follow and whether or not they have a significant other.
And it'll be like people from high school, and it's like a random person from their college. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I've never seen this person in my life, but guess what? I'm so invested in their relationship for one day.
yeah.
Because tomorrow, I don't care. Tomorrow, it'll go back to being like, yeah, that was kind of weird. But today, I'm like, I want to know everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a symptom of that we are growing old and maturing, but I feel like a lot of people came out of the woodworks this year with significant others. Like I feel like a way higher amount than
Yeah.
in previous
Yeah.
years.
It's definitely been a slow flow. And then you wake up one day and every person you knew from high school is dating someone, like
Yeah.
long term.
And it's like, you'll randomly wake up and they'll be like, 1 year with Bae. And I'm like, whoa, where's the year gone? Where has the year gone? Because how do you have 1 year with Bae? And like literally last Valentine's Day, you're posting somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
confused.
why why didn't you tell me
Like, why didn't
when
you tell
your
me?
first date was?
I know we didn't
when
talk
your first kiss
in like
was.
2 years minimum, but I want to know.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is fun to be like, ooh,
Yeah.
what's going on?
It is fun and it's so silly.
It's so silly.
And I see how silly it is.
It's full brain rot activity.
Okay, Josh is showing us the picture of the turning point small face guy.
That's a really
That's an edited
small
picture.
It
face.
definitely is an edited picture.
You can't
But there's some
show me a
pictures-
real picture. That is
No,
also
that is
edited.
not real.
That's not him. No way.
That is him.
Dude, he's got a
I think
really
I think
small
you've only
face.
seen the edited
Oh,
version.
No,
No.
I know he doesn't
Oh,
actually have
no.
a small face, but like, damn. He got
Little face Charlie Kirk memes.
Josh, you've been
You've been on the internet too
yeah.
long.
You're like parents.
Yeah, your screen
I-
time is up.
Dear liberals, if we're related to monkeys, why is my tailbone so small?
I love the Dear Liberal memes.
That's a good one.
Wow. What a circle back. That's crazy.
Wow. These are so r/Democrats. r/liberal memes.
Yeah. Classic internet.
Classic.
Classic
I love it.
internet.
I love it.
I'm just gonna have the Charlie Kirk face up for a while. It zoomed in as far as it can go.
Super Bowl. That
Ugh,
happened
I don't even
also.
want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Here's my
Makes me
review.
sick to my stomach.
In, let's call it 10 words. Very boring, super duper underwhelming, and why overtime?
Okay.
When boring.
Okay. My 10 words are, this is rigged. One sec. This
Can I
is
do mine in the
rigged.
form of a haiku?
Sure.
Why did Chiefs win play bad?
So true. Literally, play bad.
Yeah. Like how do you suck the first half and then all of a
First
sudden you're
three
like
quarters. The
then all of a
last quarter
sudden-
was the only interesting one.
you're like back to it.
Yeah. I just think it's kind of
And
interesting.
And then you score a touchdown with 1 second left. How does
Yeah.
that even work?
It was 3.
3 seconds left?
But here's what I have to say. I never in my life have thought that the NFL was more staged than this past Super Bowl, because how did the Chiefs lose were down the whole game, and then of course they came and did this like underdog finish. I'm like,
They're not underdogs.
you're not an underdog.
People
the game
aren't
was
rooting
boring.
for you.
Not enough Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And Usher actually won the game.
Yeah, he did.
Because
Usher-
that performance, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they didn't like it.
Me too.
And that they
too.
thought it was weird that he was like dancing with Mariah Carey. Have you ever heard My Boo? That's what the song
Yeah.
is. They were doing
And-
theatrics.
And they're like, oh, her husband. I'm like, her husband don't give a fuck.
guess who she's going home to tonight?
Yeah.
Her husband.
Let's
I'm sure
let
they love each
Mariah
other very
Carey's
much.
husband look in the bank account real quick.
Let's
Not
let
Mariah
Mariah
Carey.
Carey.
Not
Mariah
Mariah
Carey.
Carey.
Did I say
Alicia Keys.
Mariah Carey?
Alicia Keys.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yikes.
Let's let Alicia Keys' husband look in the bank account. For a
Yeah,
second,
and it's
you
like,
know?
whatever. He wasn't. They know each other.
And
but I've
they were
noticed-
singing My Boo.
Yeah. And I've noticed that the people who don't like it are Gen Z, and it's the millennials
gonna say
who are like,
that.
"This is awesome. Bring me back to
Well,
the
probably
club
because
when
like
we
there's a
were in
lot
college."
of like Gen Z that just literally don't know Usher. Like
I
they know the
know.
song with Justin Bieber. They know
yeah.
and then that's it.
only real ones have seen his Tiny Desk concert,
And only real ones know that it was so good.
It was so
Yeah.
It was so good.
and it's like he's moving like that. He's singing. He's dancing. He's on the field. It was a good halftime show.
Yeah, I
he
like-
brought out the band, the
That was
marching
cool.
band.
The marching
There
band
were people
was sick.
flying.
There
They
was
bring out-
people flying in the back
Bring out Ludacris and Lil Jon and Alicia Keys.
and not CeeLo Green.
Not CeeLo Green.
Okay, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
actually
know- I
was
don't know who that
I was
was.
scrolling through the internet and a lot of people thought it was CeeLo Green.
because that's what I thought.
I am upset that Justin Bieber wasn't there.
I know we all
I
are.
am, but also in the same way, I'm like so glad that he was there to support his boy, you know?
Yeah.
Like he was there to support. He wasn't there to take the stage. And
Yeah.
that's honestly fair
Yeah.
because he looked
His
so
mentor.
happy and Hailey Bieber was sitting there looking so angry. I don't know why.
No
Every
way.
time they pan over to Justin and Hailey somewhere, she's always like pout and he's like laughing, or vice versa, or he's like
Yeah.
pout.
Did you see she debuted her dark chocolate mocha hair?
No.
Yeah, dark chocolate mocha.
No.
This just in. Dye your hair.
Oh my god.
Dark
I have
chocolate
to
mocha.
I have to go
Breaking
book my appointment for dark
Breaking
chocolate
news.
mocha.
Breaking
And then afterwards I'm going to
news.
get my blueberry milk now nailed.
Oh, perfect.
All right?
Blueberry.
I thought we were doing
Milk.
cinnamon caramel swirl.
I don't know what we're doing.
And now we're doing dark
Tomato-
chocolate mocha?
Tomato Girl Summer. Dark chocolate mocha. You haven't heard of Tomato Girl Summer?
Mob Wife
No.
Summer.
It's where you wear red accents. That's it. Where maybe your shoes are a fun red color, or you wear a red bow in your hair.
I feel like that
That's
just
it.
means wear gingham
Yes.
and ribbons.
Yeah, maybe go on a picnic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bizarre.
Wow.
It's bizarre.
How about this, screenagers? Go on a picnic. Don't take pictures.
But I want to
Whoa.
Talk about hot take. Talk about hot take.
Get off the stage.
Go to a picnic. Don't post it on Instagram. I know.
Guys, I hate
Are
to
you
break this
serious?
news to you guys, but Lily has scanned the Love America card, and she has become a member of Turning Point USA.
No.
Yeah, and you're all just soy milk drinking sissies.
Well, that does say that on the nutrition facts for Socialist Snowflake.
Makes
is that one of
sense.
the ingredients is soy latte. Come on, man.
There's actually no coffee in a soy latte.
It's a soy
It's just
latte.
steamed soy milk and more lukewarm soy milk.
Mm.
Just a cup of soy milk.
I actually just like eating pure soy.
I love me some soy milk. I'll tell you what. give me the estrogen, make me strong. Tell
Want to
you
get
what.
big boobs.
You know what I do like though?
What?
Edamame.
I love
Edamame's so
edamame.
good.
Does edamame?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's soy right there.
Is it really?
I don't think it's like soy itself, but it has a lot of soy in it.
What? Soy is a
Like
plant.
a soy, like it's not a soybean,
Soy is
but
a
it,
bean.
I know, but it doesn't have a. It's
It
not
has-
a soybean, but it has a lot of.
It has the
estrogen.
same like properties.
Oh, it's like a different hue of soybean.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes, edamame beans are whole immature soybeans.
Oh.
Boom, they are the
I
same
think I didn't
thing.
know that.
You learn something new every day. That's why they're so damn good.
My parents
so good.
get from Costco these like frozen edamame packages, and you just heat them up, and then toss them in some salt,
Mm.
and boy,
I love
is
that
that delicious!
that it makes you work a little bit to get to the bean. Like,
Yep.
that's what she said.
Clip that.
That's
Clip
what she
that.
said.
Clip that.
Like, it's nice. Like, you have something to do with your hands. You have to work for your food a little bit. I like it.
Yeah.
It brings out something primal in me.
That's why when Kate has her dinner, I like to put it in one of those enrichment doggy bowls. You know, the ones they have to like kind of work for, like the lines in it. You can't
You
just
know,
fork it
maybe the dogs are onto something.
Honestly,
That might help me be more focused
yeah,
during
because
mealtime.
because a lot of times I'll like go to eat dinner, and then I'll be like, where did it go? Because
Yeah.
I already ate it.
yeah,
And then I'm like, my tummy kind of hurts
You're
a
like,
little
that
bit.
That can't be good.
My tummy kind of hurts, and I feel like I need to lay down.
down. What if we started referring to things that humans do as enrichment? You know,
I've
like-
already
they do
seen that
for
meme
children.
on Tumblr. Nice try.
but like let's make enrichment for adults. Can we do that?
It's TikTok time.
Well, that's the opposite of enrichment.
What are we
that's
do- what
that's
are we-
empowerment.
What are we doing right now?
Have you ever heard of phone time before bed?
Phone.
That's a bad
That's
little trend.
literally the
I've
worst
seen.
thing you can do for yourself.
Well,
Me
sometimes
when,
I do
me
my-
when.
Well, sometimes I do my Duolingo. Actually, a lot of the time I do my Duolingo.
I can almost only do my Duolingo before bed. Doing it during the day seems really wrong.
It seems
And
weird.
regardless, I need to do like an episode, a lesson or two before I can fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's a permanent part of my nighttime routine.
Yeah, I mean, I also look at my phone before bed, so I
Yeah,
can't
We
really.
all.
Yeah,
and
we all
anyone
do.
who
We all
says
do.
that they don't is
a liar.
lying.
Yeah, is a
because
liar.
because you're lying. Because you're not going to tell me that you're going to put your phone down an hour before you go to bed and read a book. No, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that, and I'm tired of the propaganda that everyone is trying to push about reading a book only, putting your phone down an hour before bed.
Well,
You're lying.
I think I'm okay with phone time before bed. It's a relaxer
Yeah.
as long as you aren't like staying up too late.
And I turn
But-
my brightness all the way down to 0.
Yeah, I see,
Zero.
and regardless,
Literally.
I read a
Wait,
chapter
wait.
of my book before I go to bed, anyways. But
You can do both. You can have
can do
both
both,
phone time and book time
but
before
it
bed.
annoys me when people are like, "Oh, when I need my mandatory scroll after I get out of work for a couple hours." It's like
For a couple
no,
hours.
No, don't do that.
Like sometimes I get home from class and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down for a couple minutes
Yeah,
and have a
you
little bit of
deserve
a little bit of time to enjoy myself.
I don't like rot time. You know,
Yes,
I do not like rot time. It's every time I've done it like really bad, like a few times in my life, like 100 times.
Yeah,
but-
you.
And I feel so bad after.
Yeah,
like,
it
it's-
just makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
Like on Sundays, sometimes I'll be
Mhm.
like laying in bed and I'm like, I need to at least like get up and walk to the living room because I'm like not
Yeah.
a functioning human being right now.
Sometimes, especially Sundays, if I do it for too long in bed, I'll end up getting really lightheaded throughout the day whenever I stand up because I think my body has gotten too used to like laying down.
Your brain is atrophying.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably not very good for me.
I'm a huge fan of activities. I love activities. Even if they're like really small, I just want to do something.
Favorite activity? Go. Small activity that you do when you're trying not to be on your phone.
Walking around the city. Or just like walking around.
No, like a
No, I'm
mundane
talking about, like,
activity.
Hey, you're in between classes.
Oh.
You could just sit on the couch and be on your phone. What are you going to do instead?
I like to spend a lot of time making food.
True.
I do love cooking. It is
Cooking
fun.
is- I'm not very good at it, but I do it, and sometimes it takes me a really long time because I make it overly complicated, but it's
Yes, you do.
enrichment. I'm enriching myself.
You are. You're going to use that as an argument next time you use all the dishes.
Yeah, I'm a pan maximalist, as in I like to use every pan and utensil when I cook, and I have absolutely no regard for how many it costs to make my dish. Catherine is a pan minimalist.
That's
If she
so
could-
socialist snowflake of you.
She would probably, if she could make spaghetti using only her hands, she would.
I would.
She
I
would
would.
just cup the water in her hands
Sometimes
and then
when
put the water in there, hold it over the fire.
I'm
Eat spaghetti sheet.
alone in my apartment, I'll just eat straight out of the pot.
Yeah, I mean, I do that sometimes, but I actually don't a lot. That was kind of a lie because my mom used to get mad at me when I would like make mac and cheese and I'd be eating it out of the pot, and she'd be like, "You're gonna scrape up the bottom of the pot with my fork," and I'm like,
Right.
"Okay." And then sometimes I would just use the spoon, like the plastic spoon that I was cooking with, and she'd be like, "That's actually so gross," and I'd be like, "Actually, that is a good point because it is actually kind of foul that I'm unhinging my jaw to fit this spoon in my mouth to eat this mac and cheese." So I have actually been using a bowl
Mm.
and a fork.
I'm a
Bold.
really big fan of, like, making food be a process. I much prefer it to, like, if I can spend, like, 25 minutes making breakfast versus, like, if I have the option.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, like, a Saturday, and I'm like, I could spend 25 minutes making breakfast, or I could, like, have just, like, dry cereal, and both would equally nourish me, and I have nothing going on, I would totally spend 25 minutes making breakfast.
Also, for me, I feel like it depends on how hungry I am because if I'm like,
Right.
I need to eat right now, or I'm going to like start like actually, I don't know what happens next because
Yeah.
I just find something to eat instead.
I eat snacks while I'm making food.
I also
Yeah,
do that
you
a
do need your
lot.
dinner snacks.
I do that too, and guess what?
It's good. I like
It
to
is
do a
good
good
for
veggie. So.
My mom is the queen of veggie during dinner prep, and I'm
It's good.
about
yeah.
It is good.
cut up a
sure.
cucumber and have that while you're cutting up the rest of the cucumber to make the salad.
Mhm.
Genius.
I just know
Genius.
my vegetable intake is just
Not
startlingly
high
low.
enough.
It is low. The only vegetables I eat are bell peppers that are, like, cooked in some way.
Yeah, does that count?
Yeah.
Bell peppers are.
What do you mean
they're,
count?
They're
Like, if
really
it's
high
like-
in vitamin C.
If you're like cooking them,
No, it's good to cook. It brings out more nutrients.
really?
Yeah.
it can
Oh,
also bring out different
It's
ones.
the best day of my life.
It's true.
I know.
Well,
Doesn't
guess-
like boiling some vegetables like destroy the nutrients though?
Yeah, that's why steaming is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, that's why
I haven't gotten broccoli in a while. I really like broccoli sometimes.
I like broccoli and mac and cheese.
It is good.
So good.
I like
And I
broccoli.
really like cucumbers.
Yeah.
I think cucumbers take the cake for best fruit or veg.
I love cucumbers, but I always forget to buy them because I never like. I'm walking through the Aldi aisle and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot of cucumber. I can't eat that
Yeah, and they get ushy gushy really
Yeah.
fast.
so fast.
I don't like cucumber. They're bland. They're
What?
watery.
What?
They're not good.
You
I like plenty of
hate
other
God
vegetables.
too.
Yeah.
Have
Oh.
you ever no,
Oh.
see what I was doing last time I had cucumbers was I was cutting them up into spears and then taking the pink salt from the grinder and
Mhm.
grinding that on top. It's a
It's like a pickle.
delicious snack. No, I mean it's like kind of like a pickle, but it's more closer to cucumber.
Yeah.
I don't know
I just
how
never
hot
liked
of a
'em.
take this is, but for like white people taco night, I love
White
putting
people
cucumbers on my white people tacos.
I could get
Kate's
behind
giving
that.
me a really weird look right now, but like
I
You
just
get a
don't- I
fresh
just-
cucumber.
Okay. My issue is that I just don't like
The
cucumbers.
fresh
That's all.
crunch of it
Yeah.
really does elevate.
I feel like that's why you need pico de gallo.
Ooh.
Oh, pico de gallo.
Oh, whoa.
What's your free time activity? Your small.
Well, like with one of the classes that I'm taking, we have to do this like hand lettering thing. So like that's kind of fun to do just in between classes because it's just me and the paper and a pencil, and I can just do that.
And just hunched over it. Just.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually paper crafts
Yeah.
are an easy go-to. I'm not very much of a drawer, but if I was, it'd be over. I'd be drawing all the time.
That's what I tend to do. I have a couple of like arts and crafts projects in the docket right now. And it's really nice to just have that and be like, whenever I'm bored, I can just do that.
Yeah.
I will often supplement my time with video games.
That's
Which
a good one. I think.
I do play.
I think
a lot.
I think video games can count as screen time, but not always.
I feel like they count like if you're
It's
looking
like half
if
screen time.
yeah, it's like 0.5 of a screen time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're actively like, I'm not playing like Cookie Clicker where you're just like staring at a screen all day. It's like these games are. I play real games actually. They make you think. They're
It's
holding my
Elden Ring.
reflexes. I'm playing Armor Core 6, Fires Rubicon, and Sekiro, Shadow Die Twice, where I'm a
And
shinobi.
you're playing them out in the living room. You're usually talking to us
It's a
while
social
playing them.
thing.
Yeah.
Although sometimes,
Except for sometimes when you really get in the zone and I'm like, whoa, I think I'm gonna leave now.
no way that happens.
Sometimes I'm like trying to say saying something and you're just like, it's not going in your ears.
Does that really happen?
Yes.
No way.
And I'm like, all right,
See ya.
Does that really happen?
hint taken.
No way. If I've ever not responded to you while playing video games, I'm so sorry because I like don't. I've
Have you ever noticed that, Kate?
Not really. I don't
And
think
or it'll be like the response will come like
Yeah. I think
10 seconds after I say it, and I'm like, this is just not a conversation. Like,
I-
you enjoy your game. I'm gonna just go do
I
something
feel so
else.
bad now.
I
I'm
have-
sorry.
No, it's not. It's not about
Well, because
feeling
it's like-
bad.
It'll like the input will come in, and I'm like, okay, that needs to
Just-
put on the shelf because I'm pressing like 15,000 buttons right now.
Yeah,
And
I
then
have
it'll, like-
noticed that.
The cogs
then
are
I'll
turning
cut.
a little slower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm prioritizing my mental bandwidth.
Right. Right.
Right, right.
That's switch tasking.
Yeah,
Switch tasking is a thief. That's what my professor says
Whoa.
when people are on their phones. He's like, hey,
Oh.
man, come on.
So true.
That's valid.
I do sometimes. There's a few times over this past winter break where I got a new video game, and I bought it that day and played it for 8 hours. And probably during those entire 8 hours, it wasn't 8 hours in a marathon session.
And I peed into a cup and I only ate chips.
I don't think
I also
I don't
watched
think
YouTube videos during it, so I'd have my AirPods in,
Damn.
and I'd
the
have
sensory overload that your brain was
I would have
experiencing.
like a video essay on my phone that like so I could just listen to it while also playing this video game at the same time.
Good
yeah, there's some things
God.
you should consider not telling people.
Listen,
Wow.
All right.
Do you want
I
like
thought this was a safe space between
It is.
do you want
between
music?
my two friends and my other like 3 friends that will end up listening to this podcast.
Comment if you listen to this podcast.
Comment if you think that it's all right to watch YouTube videos and play video games at the same time sometimes.
And scene.